Oh my gosh. Hello. Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? How are you? Oh my God. Hello, Gorge. How are you? What's up, Paul Hack over in the YouTube chat over there by your lonesome? It's bumping over in the website chat today. Oh my God. Decoy Duck, as always, coming in with the ducks beginning and ending the streams usually that way. Gayfesh, hello. We got Timerinio. We got Holokin. Baphomet. Hello, Baphomet. Slaps Hungry Bears, of course. How's it going? We got Raccoon Pope, Violet, Lane, Morningstar System, Spider. What's up? And But All is Lost over in the YouTube chat as well. Nathaniel, welcome to the website. Hello. Always good to have new folks over here. Welcome over. Anybody who is over on the web or who's over on the YouTube chat, first of all, hit like on the video for me real quick on the YouTube page. Amazing. Oh, Mars already on it. You beat me to it, Mars. Additionally, what the fuck else was I about to say? Oh yeah. If you're over on the YouTube page and you don't already know this, the chat that shows up on the screen here is not Twitch. That's my website. So you should come to my website. Why do the Hungry Bears deserve slaps? That's a very good question. Thank you, Spider. Yeah, the makeup. I ended up just kind of inadvertently watching a video about how to do makeup on hooded eyes. Because like when my eyes are open and I'm looking at someone, like you can't really see my eyelid. I do have plenty of space above my eyelid, between my eyelid and my, yeah, between my eyelid and my eyebrow. But you can't actually see my eyelid. So I'm trying like this underneath thing. I like it. I think it's going good. Yes, Decoy Duck is correct. I cannot be on Twitch for slur reasons. I realized that when I recently did a stream with multiple other people, some of whom stream on Twitch, I did say the T slur, but hopefully none of their streams got in trouble for that. I have not yet gotten in trouble for that myself. So what's up, M? How's it going? Nathaniel asks, can I ask you for some advice? Perhaps. I mean, you can ask. I don't know how good the advice will be, but you can sure try. Oh gosh. Have you all been responsibly taking care of yourselves since the last time I saw you? Because we have this huge gap now. I stream on like Friday mornings basically, and then I don't see you again until Tuesday afternoon, which is weird. Tuesday evening, really. It's such a long time to go in between streams. But it certainly leaves plenty of time for the news to accumulate. Mondays, when I get back from my part-time job, I'm like scrambling, trying to figure out like, what the fuck are we going to talk about? Like, what happened this weekend? Timerinea says, I've been responsibly taking care of others. I guess I'll accept that. Ketz says, taking care of myself. I mean, I eat more than once a day now. That's good. We do Slay the Dragon at some point. I was wondering, Baphomet, if there were enough submissions. I was going to ask you, excuse me, if you felt that there were enough submissions to actually do a segment on it. College shit is stressful. That's true. Perhaps not. I have not. I have been in the depths of being a Twitter warrior. Yeah, I have seen you on the Twitter. That start a new game comment fucking cracked me up, truly. Kaj in the YouTube chat says, hello, thanks for being a visible older NB person. I'm 31 and new here. Love the vibe. I'm 28. I'm not that much younger than you. You know, we are out here representing. I've been out for a really long time. So like, not only am I older in the sense of like, I'm literally almost 30 and non-binary people are like, oh my God, they're all teenagers or whatever. But also like, I have been out since I was, oh God, 14 or 15. I can never remember specifically. I think I was 15 when I actually came out as trans. So that was 13 years ago. Yes. Holokin says, I tried a healthy food, button mushrooms, for the first time since I was last here. I love them, actually. Oh my God, mushrooms are delicious. Slaps Hungry Bears was a Skyrim reference that's grown older than my love for the game. Still a fantastic username, though. Fair enough. I was aiming for 30. Okay, so do we have enough videos to do Slay the Dragon? Okay, absolutely then. We should do it on Thursday night. We should plan to do that on Thursday night. I'm going to make a note because otherwise I will forget. Thursday October 6th, let's do Slay the Dragon. That'll be fun. ADHD vibe. Yeah, I gotta write it down or I'll forget it. And even writing it down, I might still forget it. You know how it goes. Nouvenol says, been doing pretty sick lately, actually. Better internal communication / more taking each other seriously. That's good to hear. That's awesome. I also feel like my communications have been healthier lately. Both internal and external. Both the way that I speak to myself and the way that I'm interacting with others. Mars says, I'm trying to take care of myself. I indulged a bit on the food this weekend, but I'm back on track. I am glad that you're keeping to your goals. Whatever works for you, keeping to your goals. Nathaniel, for most of my life, I only liked girls. Currently have a boyfriend right now. The only guy I've ever liked. Does this mean I'm bisexual? That I was once straight and now I'm bisexual? Well, the thing about these terms is that they're all kind of like, it's about whether you identify with the term and also whether the term effectively communicates what you want to communicate. So like, do you want to communicate to people that you are the type of person who likes guys and girls and whoever else? In which case, identifying as bisexual will communicate that. Do you feel comfortable identifying as bisexual? Or do you feel like maybe, do you actually like girls? Some people kind of start off feeling like they just like the opposite gender because that's what's expected of them. But once they actually accept that they like people of the same gender, then they kind of don't feel that way toward people of the opposite gender anymore, you know? So it's kind of up to you, really. Up to you. And if you view it as like you used to be straight and now you're bi, then that's fine too. Like your sexuality can change, or that you were always bi and you just didn't know it. Like whatever helps. We've been like Howl in his depression slime. Howl's Moving Castle reference. I was just talking to my partner about I have not seen Ghibli movies. I've seen like Nausicaa, I think once, but I need to catch up on the Ghibli movies. Maybe we should do watch parties for some of this stuff in the Discord server. If you're not a member of the Discord server, we have one. There's a link in the header on the website and in the description on the YouTube page. And we should do watch parties of stuff. Do you want to watch They/Them, that horror movie, together? Because I've still not watched it. We talked about the trailers, but then I never actually watched the movie. Do you want to do watch parties together? And like we could do Ghibli watch parties together? Anyway, got distracted while I was reading Morningstar Systems comment. All day we planned to go yell at a Republican with a friend, and then the bus driver stopped in front of us, looked at us, kept the door closed, and kept going. Oh, that's fucked up. I'm sorry to hear that. The title is such a hilarious pun. I know, they stole it straight off of Twitter, right? They absolutely stole it straight off of Twitter. But All Is Lost says, I've been doing pretty good lately. 4 months on T on the 10th, so I'm really excited for that milestone. Congratulations. 4 months on hormones is fucking awesome. I hope that things are not going too slowly, because I personally felt like it was going kind of slowly when I was around the 4-month period of time when I was first on hormones. So if it is going too slow for you, just keep in mind that it is like it's like a sort of exponential process. You know, it might start off kind of slow and then it'll kind of pick up all of a sudden, right? I still haven't watched They/Them either. I would happily join a They/Them watch party. I did them once before and I have thoughts. Yeah, apparently the ending is not the best. Nausicaa is the best Ghibli film, IMO. Yeah, I was so young that I do not remember. Yeah, it can also depend on how you identify. Whether you identify as straight or gay can, because every time you say you're straight or gay or whatever, it also like implies your own gender in that. It's kind of annoying, TBH. Oh shit, my hormones have been going cool zone lately. Been ongoing for about a year and a half now. My skin is smooth and my face is cute and my hair is pretty and my hips, they only tell truths. Nice, Holokin. Very nice. Most Ghibli stuff is pretty good. Yeah, it's one of those like cultural things that I always feel like I need to get in on. for sure. The Ghibli stuff, the Ghibli movies. If you're here and you've not yet hit like on the YouTube page, consider hitting like on the YouTube page real quick, because we've got some like politics to talk about tonight. You know, we got some chill time that we usually do towards the beginning of the stream. And then eventually we're going to ease into talking about, I think I have 3 different politics things and 1 discourse thing. So that'll be fun. Ooh. I also have very good, interesting news. Fun for me news, by the way. Like, I applied for an apartment today. If you have not yet heard already, !move on the website chat will post some links to my GoFundMe and an Amazon wish list for household items to help me get a new apartment, because my partner and I are separating and I'm going to live alone for like at least a year. So helping me get into that apartment would be very helpful. I have applied and we'll see like what happens from that. Like probably later this week, maybe, or next week, perhaps. We will see. And there it is in the YouTube chat as well. Someone donated a big donation today and pushed us over the halfway mark, which is totally very much appreciated. I am well on my way to being able to get all the shit that I need. I've been going garage sailing as well. Like, it's a great way to find inexpensive shit, you know? I found a microwave, like a $10 microwave that works totally fine and it's nice and clean, you know? Excellent. So I'm also trying to find, like, you know, the inexpensive ways of getting the shit that I need. So everyone is so appreciated. I love that there are so many of you hanging out here today. Like, it is certainly nice to have so many people here hanging out. Garage sales are addictive. Do not fall down the hole as I have. So garage sales, like, the great thing, at least about it right now, is that I have my part-time job at the Renaissance Festival that I'm doing on the weekends. So no worries, Baphomet. We'll see you. So I can only do garage sales on Fridays. And also I stream with you all at noon on Fridays. It's noon my time, at least. So I have to wrap it up. I have to like get all the garage sales in that I can in like a couple hours time. So at the very minimum, I have some built-in limitations, you know? If your garage sale has a hole in it, I'm sure you'll end up in some alternate amazing garage sale universe where everything is just a bit off. True. Excuse me, living alone is literally the best. I don't know if I can ever go back. I've literally never lived alone before. I was living with my parents, and then I moved in with my partner, like, and then we've been living together for the past like 12 years. So it has been quite a long time, and I've never lived by myself, and neither has he. So that's part of why we're doing the thing that we're doing. That's very cool. Nathaniel says, I mean, I want to be correct, like factually correct. There hasn't been any guys in the past that I've been attracted to, only my current boyfriend now. I could say I'm bisexual, but I don't know if it's fair to say I was born this way, because I don't think I was. The way I feel about girls, I never felt that way until my current boyfriend. So if I call myself bisexual, would that be factually correct? I mean, yeah. It's like, again, like, it's like, yes, the words technically have like a factual technical definition. But like, honestly, dude, there are like men who identify as straight, but also just like casually have sex with men. Like, they'll just hook up with other cis guys, you know, in like frat environments and shit like that. So it's like, they still call themselves straight because as far as the relationships that they're actually seeking to have, they're only seeking relationships with women. And it's also like part of their identity that they're straight, you know? So even though their behavior is like contradictory to the label, it just kind of doesn't matter. Like, I don't know. Personally, I identify as queer because I don't want to have this conversation like with myself. Like, I don't, I'm not saying you're annoying me. I'm like, I don't want to quibble internally over whether I'm this percent gay or this percent with this, or like coming up with like a very specific term for like being mostly attracted to this but also partially attracted to this and never attracted to this, like, you know what I mean? Like I identify as queer because I don't want to try to quantify this for myself. So really just like it's whatever makes yourself comfortable and whatever you feel is like accurate to communicate your journey. So if you want to say I was straight and now I'm bi, or if you want to just say I'm bi and not go into your whole fucking history every single time you talk about it, that's cool too, you know? I'm 110% asshole. I'm mostly attracted to certain behaviors and actions, not looks or people or genders or whatever, and that makes it a little weird, so I've stopped trying to give it a name. No more label, yay! Fair enough. Haven't you heard the saying, everybody's a little bisexual? Yeah, it's not true. Like, I think people who say that are like just kind of in denial about the fact that they have same-sex attraction, like probably. Because there are people who are definitely like, I am 100% straight and I'm so not interested in XYZ or whatever. Or people who are like, I am gay and that includes this, and this. You know? The bicycle does exist? What is that, Slaps Hungry Bears? What is that? The bicycle? It's like the Avatar cycle. Dear me. Goodness gracious. Oh, true. I hadn't really ever considered that, Violet. Asexuals get erased when people say everyone is a little bit bi. That's also true. The bicycle, the best mode of transportation. True, Liam. True. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Nuvenal says it has I'm so OCD vibes. Like, I'm so bipolar. Yeah. Completely inaccurate. The bicycle is, can I really be bi? I'm dating someone of the same gender. I'm just gay. And then we broke up. Now I'm dating someone of another gender. I must be straight. Oh no, that's horrible. Oh my God, that sounds awful. Oh dear. One of my girlfriends is ace biromantic. True. That's also another possible configuration. I was talking with my, I say my partner, like we still live together, you know, so I'm just gonna keep saying that, okay? I'm not gonna be like, my ex. We're not there yet. My partner and I were just talking about how, I think that it would be probably most accurate to quantify myself as demisexual. Like, I'm really repulsed by the idea of having sex with someone who I don't have like an emotional connection with and who I don't feel like safe with. I don't know if it's exactly like requires romantic connection or not. Not sure personally. But my partner is like gray ace, kind of. Like many days are just functionally asexual. But then like there are some days where it's like interest. So when people say everyone is a little bisexual, I'm demipan rom, so I know sexuality and romantic attraction is separate. Yes. John Keller asked, do you think it's rude to say that's so gay or just flat out call something gay? So gay people have kind of started doing that more. Like, it's hard to say contextually because like it used to be, if you're using gay to be like a synonym for that's stupid, then probably that's not good. But also gay people, I don't know. Sometimes I do say that's gay to mean that's stupid, and I think I have the right to do that. But also sometimes we just go like, that's gay because it's actually gay, and we mean it appreciatively. Calling stuff gay when you mean stupid is hella gay. True, gay fash. Nathaniel Bryan asks, will we ever see your partner? I don't know, dude. We're about to separate and not live together anymore. So probably not. For a while at least. Exclamation point move in the chat to help out with my moving out. My attractions don't really fall along gender lines. The people I have been attracted to include men, women, and non-binary people, so bi is a pretty easy summation. Also, haven't had a lot of experience, so I don't know if that will alter my self-perception of these things. Fair enough. Big difference between being asexual and being unable to feel attraction. Some people have attraction but can't act on it for other reasons like hormones. Also true. The 90s and its insults live within us all. Sometimes I say that's gay to mean that's stupid when I talk about myself. Well, don't be mean to yourself. You know, that's not what we want. I've been retaking the term gay, says Ketz, but as a positive thing, almost as a synonym for fun or awesome. That is a good call. I think that's a very good call. I'm probably going to get another drink here in a second. Also drink some water. Hail hydrate, okay? So, Nathaniel asks, what's the difference between gray sexual and demisexual? So, I've kind of heard gray ace referred to as like, I mean, basically like it's some kind of in-between thing where sometimes you have motivated sexual attraction and other times you don't. So for my partner, it's just like he'll have like an entire week where he's like, I don't want to do this at all. And it's not like, it's like physically there's not much of a response also. Like it's down to the physiological level for some people. And other days it's like, no, I'm good to go. Like I want to do this. But for me, yeah, it's like the conditions for attraction to be possible is like I'm not attracted to people. Like I find people aesthetically attractive, but then if I consider actually like trying to make any motions with that, I'm like, I would rather like throw myself down a well, basically. I'm like, I would rather not do that. But like once the conditions are set with like emotional attraction, then it's like, okay, well, now I'm a horny bitch, basically. He's like how it works for me at least. And I'm like queer in the sense that I'm not like limited off of any particular demographic as far as like who I find aesthetically attractive. I know hydration is important, but throwing yourself down a well is probably too far. I mean, fair enough. You know, I sometimes my other thing that I say is like I want to peel off my skin, but that like makes people kind of like envision that sometimes, and I don't really want to like squick you out. So, yo, fucking same though. True Spider, are you also a horny bitch within the context of an emotionally safe relationship, but otherwise repulsed by the idea of having sex with someone? That's pretty much my situation. Gray spectrum is the amount of attraction. Yeah, I think that it has to do with like the fact that it fluctuates too, you know? One of the funniest moments in the Sarah Silverman program was when she got frustrated at something and went off fuck or off fag right in front of her gay friends, and then she was like, oh, sorry guys, I don't mean fag like homosexual, I mean fag like retard. Oh no. I don't think I ever watched the Sarah Silverman program, but that's I would like to now that I know that it's that offensive. That sounds like a lot of fun to me. Raven, what's up? Says I'm androsexual. I like peen regardless of the gender of the person it's attached to. I'm also mainly attracted to mask people. That's interesting. I think, I mean, it's kind of, you can be like, I have a preference for one genital arrangement, and I'm also generally attracted to mask people, I suppose. Nathaniel asks, do they say genderqueer meaning gender weird because queer originally meant weird? Kind of. Genderqueer means vastly different things to different people. So broadly, you can understand it to mean like some kind of non-binary and or gender non-conforming person. Ace flux, do you think, Violet? Like if my partner like just has like several days where he's like, I just am not at all interested in sex, and then like sometimes where it's like, okay, there's like sometimes a couple days in a row where it's like, this is interesting now. Is that considered like flux, ace flux, as opposed to gray ace? I think I'm ace flux. That's cool. We love having terminology for our shit. Gray is intensity. Flux is intensity changing. Okay. So is gray like you have just like a muted sexual desire at all times? Is that what that kind of means? I don't know a lot about asexuality, if I'm being completely honest. I am like at a distance, at a distance, I know what you guys are about. I say you guys, I'm technically like on the spectrum. I'm also kind of retarded, so I'm on that spectrum too. Don't worry about it. I'm on multiple spectrums. I had looked into gray, ace, and demi identities before, but had never heard it described in such a relatable way before. I had put ace flux in my bio for like 2 seconds, and people immediately started mocking me for it. Ah, Sag, that's a fucking annoying. Now we need an ace version of the card game Flux. I never played the card game Flux. I don't know about that one. Gender fluid is identity changing, whereas gender flux is like how I am always on the woman spectrum, but I go between agender and woman and anywhere in between. I'm as cis heteronormative as you can design, but I did have a demi partner. Yes. I don't, yeah, I'm just a super horny bitch within the correct context. But yeah, like truly, if I envision the idea of like actually going through the motions of having sex with somebody who I am like just aesthetically attracted to, I'm like, like, I mean, you know, when you get into the pool and your dick and balls and all of your genitals like just kind of suck back up inside your body to the furthest extent that they possibly can. That's how it makes me feel. And then also additionally, it makes me feel like I want to rip my skin off and go swimming in the Hudson River. Like, it's just a horrible proposition to me. It really upsets me. Like, I think I understand repulsed asexuals better now. Exactly, don't swim in the Hudson River. Exactly. That's what I mean. I want to like KMS basically is the premise. Is this how sex repulsed asexuals feel about all sex? Because that's truly how I feel about having sex with somebody who I'm not like romantically intimate with, you know? This is why I was like, if my partner and I get divorced, I'm like not gonna have sex for years. Like, it's gonna be years before I am gonna be able to do that with someone again, because it just involves like so much emotional building for me. You know, it's a long drive for a stinky river. Roblox myself. Yes, I wanted to Roblox myself. Oh my god. Okay, I will be right back with another beer. Hello. Oh, shoot. Do I not have... Wait. Aha. Here we go. Baphomet, welcome back. Hello. In my case, I can have sex with people and be okay with it if it makes them happy, but I would have no personal enjoyment beyond the enjoyment of seeing them have enjoyment. So a sex-positive ace. Yeah, I've heard of this before also, where it's like you're not really personally interested, but like willing to engage. Pretty much. I don't know very much about being aromantic. That is a spectrum of shit that I don't really understand either. Don't really comprehend personally. Tyrenia sex to me just sounds so boring. Not repulsive, not bad. It's just like, why would I ever subject myself to something like that? I'd rather do basically anything else. Oh my god. I mean, I guess if it just doesn't do it for you, it just doesn't do it for you. And like part of being demisexual to me means also that like my sexual attraction is like romantically entangled and romantically motivated. Like, it's part of how I want to express myself romantically. Oh my god, I once knew someone who opened bottles with her teeth. That sounds insane. Asexual at barest description is not sexually attracted. Yeah, I think like basically like the best definition I've heard of about for asexual is like not experiencing primary motivated sexual attraction. So that doesn't mean like you can't experience enjoyment or like sometimes sexual attraction or like you know, non-primary motivated sexual attraction. Doesn't mean, yeah, it doesn't mean you don't masturbate or whatever. Excuse me. I don't understand liking Jell-O, but as long as you don't make laws making it so you have to eat Jell-O to have tax benefits, then people can be like, whatever. Yeah, oh, okay, that's a fair clarification from Nuvenol. It's not sex positive or sex negative. Those are political terms. It's sex repulsed, sex neutral, and sex favorable. But All Is Lost says, I'm definitely demi, but I just don't find it needs to be said in my long list of labels. Yeah, I usually don't feel the need to say that I'm demisexual, me personally. It's just, I'm just thinking about it because my partner and I were talking about it this week. You can be sex repulsed and sex positive. Yes, being sex positive is a political position, not a sex position. Kinky stuff is fun, but I enjoy it in a non-horny way. I like it the same way I like playing a game with a friend. It's mostly a social thing. Interesting. Speedy Shimeji says, I have a partner, but I do consider myself part of the Eros spectrum. Part of it is I feel platonic relationships so deeply I would spend the rest of my life with you type feelings non-romantically. That makes sense. I love non-sexual kink and power plays. I've not done very much kink in my time, truly. Kimber Wolf says, I enjoy sex, but I'm not always very aroused by it very much. Fair enough. What are you doing over there, sir? Hey, Mitternacht. Hey, are you a kitty kitty? Do we want a kitty moment? Are we going to do a kitty moment? Maybe we'll do a kitty moment and then we'll start doing some fucking politics. Slaps Hungry Bears says, it sounds exhausting and gross. Like, why would I experience revulsion for something that I'm going to regret later? And then my partner offers and I'm like, worth it. All sex is just fun to me. It doesn't satisfy any genuinely erotic desire I have. Interesting. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do cat. Hold on. Hello, sir. Hey, come here. Hey. Oh, yes. Ah, yes. We have liftoff. Hello, kitty kitty. Hi, baby. Are you my buddy? Hit like on the stream for the kitty kitty. If you have not yet hit like on the YouTube page, do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. And then we'll talk about the news here in a minute. Hello, darkness, my cat friend. I've come to hold you up again. Are you a kitty kitty? Are you baby? Are you upset? Oh, yeah? You don't want to be up here. I know that. I know that. But it sucks to be you. It's so sad to be you. It truly is so sad to be Mitternacht. Are you baby? Hello. Okay. He's a good sport. Lord. I want a kitty cat like Mitternacht at some point. God, he's such a big fatty fat. Oh, that's the thing I say to my boyfriend. You are baby. I've said that to like all of my cats for the past years and years. Oh my gosh. Whew. I'm like out of breath from holding his fat ass up in the air. Ace but super kinky. Sex is like meaningless at best, a little uncomfortable for anyone else to do anything to us, but we're okay pleasing a partner. Kink is just like comfy stuff to us. Interesting. Oh my god, I'm touching my fucking eyeballs like I absolutely should not be doing. My cat is sleeping on his back and he is pointing his junk directly at me. They're so considerate, aren't they? They're like, don't you want to smell my butthole? Lick my butthole and smell my butthole, is what the cat says directly to you. 44 concurrent viewers and only 28 likes. Can we get some more likes on the stream? I am ready to start talking about politics now. I have like 4 things on the list for the politics shit, all right? I have no idea how long it's going to take. I also have no idea really how the makeup is showing up on stream. Because the colors are like really weird on my camera. I have yet to fix them. And I really... Because I think that they reset every time my camera does that weird thing where it shuts itself off. So, anyway. It's hard to tell, but there's orange all the way underneath my eyeball. I'm cute. So cute. I'm doing my part. True. Oh, speak of the devil. I said something about the camera blanking out, and then it fucking just... Oh, come on. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, this scuffed lefty stream. Come on, quit doing that. You can't do this to me. I'm gonna need a new fucking camera one of these days. It's terrible, because this one was a gift. Midder revenge. True. True. Okay, let's try this again. Turn the camera back on. Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back. We still have 44 concurrent viewers and only 30 likes. Come on. Come on. We need like at least 5 more likes. That's like a disproportionate amount of people watching and not having hit the like button on the YouTube page yet. Okay? Because we are about to talk about some politics shit. I have a discourse object, which we might do the discourse thing a little bit later in the stream, I suppose. We have a people protesting at a drag show bingo night, and one of the signs that was there was very, very funny. So that's going to be more of a... It's going to be serious one, and then it's going to be a funny one. Marjorie Taylor Greene. More news about fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene, as per usual. Like the stream, cowards. True. So, your camera wants to organize. Time to either accept the agreement or hire a scab. True. And then trans women responding to cis people being like, I'm going to start bringing a gun to me in the bathroom. Shh, Raccoon Pope, come on. Don't spoilers. Don't spoils. Marjorie Taylor Greene ruined Magic the Gathering. I don't think she ruined Magic the Gathering. She's not cool enough to completely ruin Magic the Gathering. It might have messed up the search terms for Magic the Gathering, but Magic the Gathering is still a wonderful, wholesome game to play with your friends and spend way too much fucking money on. Bathroom shout out. What's in my pants? A gun. True. Wizards of the Coast ruined Magic the Gathering long before MTG came along. Oh, Gayfetch is coming out swinging against Wizards of the Coast. Ooh. Ah. Gotta drink a little bit of lemon water out of your goblet. Do you like my goblet? Super cute. Got it at the Renaissance Festival, like some number of years ago. I tend to play Magic the Gathering and other tabletop games using Tabletop Simulator because I'm too poor for collecting. True. Nathaniel, I have talked about this before, how, like, Nathaniel says I should make a video on April Fool's Day saying I'm coming out as conservative, that the woke and queer community have pushed you out. That would be interesting. I could make so much money if I was a grifter. If I said I detransitioned and, like, denounced the trans movement... Bro, I could make so much money, but I'm not going to do that. I make just enough money through your generous donations. It's a new month, by the way. We're starting over. I lowered the threshold that I need for this month because I actually have fewer bills in October than I do in December, or in September, excuse me. So if you can help contribute to that or to the GoFundMe at !move in the chat, that would be very helpful. God damn it, the camera. God, motherfucker. God, son of a bitch. Shit, I should do an April Fool's video where I make a review in the vein of all those anti-woke channels. That would be fun. Don't tempt me, Frodo. Hey, Guitar Rocker, how's it going? How you doing, friend? Yeah, camera's being absurd today. Your camera must be with Teamsters. Not working very well. Okay, so Mars, are you behind? Are you just now seeing the kitty cat? Because you must be a little bit behind, my friend. Let's do a little cough, but I'm recovering from being sick. Yeah, I was waiting for... I saw that you mentioned that you were not feeling well, and I was waiting for you to feel better to get in touch with you about some more editing stuff, because I would love to get your help with some editing stuff. Okay. Oh, so many Twitter notifs. Are you grooming yourself? That's the noise that you're making? He's grooming himself now. Hanging out on the floor in my office, grooming himself. Gosh. Okay, I wanted to talk about this. It's basically... I don't know, hold on. Like, how do I set this up to describe? So, some months ago, or maybe even last year even, some cis people were like, I'm gonna start bringing a gun with me to the bathroom to defend myself against the transgenders. So Zinnia Jones, I don't know if any of you follow Zinnia Jones. I have known her for a really long time. She writes on genderanalysis.net, I believe. Just a long time blogger who I've been aware of. She posted at one point, I'm sorry for this is not like the original tweet. It's just a screenshot here. Let's go ahead and do this. She said, at some point, a cis person is going to confront the wrong trans person in a bathroom, and it's just going to end very badly for them. Literally, just don't start shit with strangers. You have absolutely no idea who could be far more dangerous to you than you think. Totally fair. Absolutely true. And this didn't just come out of nowhere. This was like in response to some other stuff here. So real quick, just this person quote tweeted or screenshot tweeted, yes, this is exactly why women don't want men in our restrooms with us and our girls. And Zinnia replied, this was an actual threat from cis people to trans people in bathrooms during that time in my city by a leader in United States transphobia. This kind of language is obviously uncomfortable, so consider how trans people felt when targeted by such rhetoric. Orlando woman plans to take her gun into Target bathrooms to protect herself from transgender people. So this was a news item back in 2016, and these tweets from Zinnia, like at some point a cis person is going to confront the wrong trans person. This is from 2018. So this is 4 years ago. It's a while ago. That's literally just death threats, right? Yeah, like absolutely. Do not read the replies here. This threat predates my response to the threat. In an ideal world, not only would she not be carrying weapons around, neither would anyone else, including any of us, and there would be no conceivable necessity to do so. The situation with guns in the US is completely unacceptable. I don't know if she might have said more. She did. She said, by the way, everyone, your feminist friend here not only wants to blame trans women for cis people doing this to us, but also wants us to know that any reaction on our part retro-causally justifies cis people initially deciding to do this to us. Yeah, so this person says, your reaction justified her. Like, she was the one who said in the first place, I am going to be aggressive to trans people in public. And trans people said, like, fuck you, maybe don't try any shit with me. And then this person is like, well, you're being like, don't try any shit with me justifies her being aggressive to you in the first place. Saying people may have sympathized with you until you made her seem reasonable by threatening, women, don't you dare confront men in your restrooms. It could end very badly for you. And this person responds, you literally said that confronting a trans person will end badly for them. Women being capable of protecting themselves from male trans people that would do harm to them is a good thing that I support. And Zinnia quote tweeted that and responded, why should cis people be free to harass us in public bathrooms and assume that that will end well for them? FYI, the answer to this is that transphobes do feel like they should be free to harass us in public bathrooms without consequence, and if you click show more replies, they are outraged at the notion that their behavior wouldn't be well received in the real world. I think Zinnia has been tweeting more about this today, because that was only 10 hours ago. She's been talking about her near-death experience a lot lately. Totally understandable. She has a weird bug bite. stuff about the hurricane. I know I haven't really talked about the hurricane. What the fuck am I going to say about a hurricane? It's a natural disaster. We don't treat natural disasters very well in this country. I don't got a lot to add. Donate to people directly where possible. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find this. Oh, yeah. So then she says, why should cis people be free to harass us? Blah, blah, blah. Cape Flark, who we were responding to earlier, says, more threats because the first ones are being received so well and winning so many women to the cause of supporting men in our restrooms. Zinnia points out, aren't gender criticals usually the ones who are like, if I ever see you in a bathroom with my daughter, blah, blah, anger. Like that Glinner guy who thinks he can beat up Eddie Izzard. You think this is a threat when it's a fact of something trans people have to fear in public regularly. This TERF and her 2,000 retweet buddies cannot tell the difference between, first, an open-ended threat to any minority you encounter in a public place versus trying to make sure my child is safe and then leaving. She quote tweets this thing she said before. I'm a working class, I'm a trans woman, I'm a stepmom. My youngest son is on the spectrum, and for a while he couldn't use public bathrooms without someone there. In the middle of Florida, with women nearby saying that they would bring loaded guns in the bathroom in case they see trans women. So like she's saying like she would have to escort her son in the bathroom. And she continues, this shows me they can't even tell the difference between escalation and de-escalation. They don't even know what it means to want to leave without anyone bothering you. That space known as peace before any form of the word escalation ever enters into using a bathroom. The experience with their attitude toward me on here shows that GCs aren't safe to have around children. It's actually really true. Like GCs aren't safe to have around children. They fantasize about like pulling down teenage trans girls' pants to expose their penises to show like, oh, they shouldn't be in the bathroom. They aren't safe to have around women, and they aren't safe to have around mothers. Not safe to have around women because there are like masculine looking women who get policed out of bathrooms, who get like judged and potentially like are at risk of being assaulted, and then aren't safe to have around mothers for the reason that Zinnia said before about like sometimes parents need to escort their children. How do you manage to turn using the bathroom into all of that? Yep. And then right on time, the violent GC man. I have a wife and kids too, you bozo, and I expect both you and I to find better ways of existing in a society than being like this around each other on public safety accommodations. In the sense, responding to this, I have 2 adult daughters in the same location as you, would suggest easing up on the childish threats. Many of us dads are by nature overprotective. Respect it. These people are just like, they really... Zinnia was saying this somewhere else. I'm not sure where it was that she was saying this, but she was pointing out that like these people imagine like a situation where they're going to have an easy win. Like the reason why they fantasize about like where was this picture originally? Where was it? Where was the picture? Come on. It was here. Yes. They envision here, like they're like, oh, I'm going to bring my gun into the bathroom. They think it's going to be an easy win. Like they think that it's going to be like, oh, I heroically pulled out my gun against the transgender fascist and kicked them out of the bathroom, and they cried on the way out, and I called them a man and pointed out their beard, and they clawed out their eyes because they couldn't handle the truth of what I had shown them in the mirror. They envision themselves as like heroes who are just like not gonna face any opposition, and everybody clapped. Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, exactly, Mersh. That's the point that Zinnia was kind of driving home, is like they don't expect trans people to also have guns. Like, what do you do if you try to pull out your gun in the bathroom to harass and like threaten someone who's literally just trying to take a piss, and then that person is like, actually, motherfucker, like I don't know who you are, but I also have a gun, and if you would like this to not become a problem, you should shut the fuck up and leave me alone. You know, like, I'm not saying that I would be that person. I'm just saying that, like, there are plenty of trans people who have guns, and a lot of trans people are, like, really fucking tired of dealing with all of this bullshit constantly. Like, I don't really feel like being threatened with a gun in a fucking public bathroom, honestly. And if I wasn't using my money for other things and, like, focused on other things right now in my life and, like, you know, lacking the training to use the weaponry, I might have a gun to be like, I don't want to fucking deal with your bullshit in a public bathroom, you know? Like, this is not the place for you to try to, like, not just harass, but literally threaten me and threaten my life with a gun. You know, it's wildly unacceptable. Like, at the very minimum, it's wildly unacceptable. And this is America. Don't catch you slipping now. If you come at somebody with a gun, you can reasonably expect that they will also have a gun, because there are more guns than people in this country, you know? Like, plenty of these, you know, soft, like, you think of us as, like, you know, faggy, like, weak people, like, limp-wristed people. Like, plenty of us have guns. Plenty of us know how to use those guns. Don't fuck around, and maybe you won't find out. TLDR. I think if you can keep a gun safely with the current political climate, you should have a gun. I'm considering that I'm about to be living alone, that might be a really good idea. Like, to have one for personal safety. I don't know. I feel like if you keep the ammunition separate from the gun like you're supposed to, then by the time, like, if you have an actual, like, intruder situation, by the time you load your gun or get it out of the gun safe or whatever, like, maybe it probably actually wouldn't help very much. Maybe I should just have a nice wooden bat or something. Oh, I know, Kimber, you meant the General U, but I've just been thinking about it a lot for the past few months, really, like, whether I should try to have a gun. Guns and violence are the second to last option, but it's still a better option than dying. True. If you have a gun, there's a strong chance it will be used against you or misfire. That's what I mean about, like, in addition to, like, I don't want to just have a gun and not be trained. Like, I would also want to be trained in, like, how to avoid being disarmed. Like, I almost wonder if it's better, like, more beneficial to learn how to disarm someone so that if they point a gun at me, then I can disarm them. I mean, like, you know what I mean? But mostly I'm just going to try to not put myself in situations where I need a gun or where I need to disarm someone who is pointing a gun at me, which unfortunately means that I basically can't go to any queer spaces. Like, frankly, since the Pulse nightclub shooting back in 2016, like, I don't think I've been to a queer bar since then, and I haven't been to Pride. In general, most people who threaten with guns don't fire. That's fair. Disarming, you will not be able to do it reliably without getting shot. Exactly. It's like, don't get yourself in a situation in the first place. For you specifically while living alone, long-reach melee weapon. Yeah. Like, first of all, I think I'm going to get, like, a wooden door wedge, and just anytime I'm in the apartment, I'll just wedge the door, like, at the foot of the door. Because most apartments, like, they don't let you install, like, one of those chain things. And then, yeah, maybe having, like, a bat. That would probably be sufficient. Bring back the halberd. True. A good halberd is, like, taller than you. Generally, the most effective tactic is de-escalation. I mean, yeah, I'm thinking about, like, in my apartment, if there's someone, like, invading my apartment, or if there's someone trying to do a transphobia at me, one of those things. Like, if someone's trying to do a transphobia at me, I don't know how I'm going to de-escalate them, you know? Or, like, how am I going to de-escalate if someone has broken into my apartment or something like that, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh, I'm honestly, earnestly so excited. I didn't sign the apartment lease. I applied for an apartment today. If you're here and you didn't hear the news already, my partner and I are separating. So if you want to help me get the new apartment and get a bed and stuff, because I don't have a bed. I don't have a bed to sleep on. I have an air mattress that I'm borrowing from my dad. that I can probably use temporarily. But like, yeah, if you want to help for real, check out the links in the chat. Your donos are appreciated. Regular donos help too, of course. Regular donos. A camera is more important than a gun. IMO for most crime. Yeah, I should get like a camera set system for my apartment. That might be a good idea. True, Morningstar System pointing out, a camera won't kill the person who wants me dead. I guess I would guess that a person trying to break into my apartment is not trying to kill me. They're probably more like trying to steal my shit, you know? Holy shit, Jaybird Vlogs in the YouTube chat says, my neighbor came to my house with a gun, and honestly, the only thing on our mind then was getting into a locked room. I don't know if a gun could have helped us. Holy shit. Yeah, Mersh, I saw you posting on Twitter about potentially losing your job. Mersh works in education and was teaching and then got promoted into a position that wouldn't be working with the public. And Mersh was like, oh, cool, I'm getting paid a little bit more or whatever. But apparently the promotion was just a step on the way to trying to shove Mersh out of the organization, which fucking sucks. If someone is trying to steal shit, let them. It's not worth it. Spider, here's the situation. When I move into my apartment, here's the situation. The bedroom is going to be my bedroom, and the living room is going to be my office, which is kind of how it's set up here now. If my camera and my computer get stolen, I cannot make any money. Like, and then I'll have to do from my phone a GoFundMe to try to get enough money together to replace my $1,500 camera and $1,700 computer, you know? And that's just two. That's not counting my monitors. I'm not counting any of the peripherals. This microphone is $500. My Go XLR is $500. I don't know if apartment insurance is going to cover all of the losses. I don't know. Maybe. But anyway, I would rather not get my shit stolen in the first place. Insurance is less expensive than risking your life. Yeah, you're right. All right, whatever. Let's move past it. Legal bills or medical bills would probably be more. I mean, that's fair. That's fair, for sure. That's fair. Okay, let's see. Let's do Marjorie Taylor Greene and get it the fuck out of the way, because I don't really want to think about her that much today. I don't really want to think about Marjorie Taylor Greene, but here she is, as fucking always. As fucking always with this fucking lady. What's up, NBJ? Welcome in. You know, you missed our little hangout at the beginning of the session when I was talking about how I applied for an apartment today. I'm very excited about that. Trying to raise money through the GoFundMe, etc. And we talked about trans women defending themselves in the bathroom, and now we're going to talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene. So that's kind of where we're at, to catch you up with what we're doing at the moment. Drink some more water. Hell yeah, hell hydrate, y'all. Water is good for you. D&D is better. Okay. If you're here and you have not yet hit like on the stream, excuse me, consider hitting like on the stream. Every time we get a couple more likes, we get a couple more people in, and that's always good right as we're about to enter a new segment, right? We're about to talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene. MTG, mono green tryhard. She's a mono... What does mono green mean? Hit like, y'all. True, Jaybird Vlogs. True. Hit the like button on the stream. Thank you so much. I don't know. Is that a music thing? I have no idea. Okay. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, I feel like we have some news about her like every week or every other week at the very minimum. Like she's usually lying or projecting or just like making shit up. Like that's kind of her MO here is just kind of making shit up. Let's get stuff moved around and ready here to play some video from her. So, let's just fucking watch this and then we'll discuss. Hold on. Let's make sure everything's good.
We're all targets now.
Okay, now that's really quiet. Let's turn it up a little bit. There's no CC, so I'm sorry if it's hard to understand.
We're all targets now, though, for daring to push back against the regime. And it doesn't stop at a weaponized legal system. I'm not going to mince words with you all. Democrats want Republicans dead, and they've already started the killings. An 18-year-old boy was run down by a Democrat driver who confessed to killing the teenager simply because he was a Republican.
I'm pretty sure that's a straight up lie. Like I really highly doubt that there's any evidence of that. Completely honest with you.
Even right here in Michigan, just last week, an 83-year-old woman was shot in the back for advocating for the unborn.
Again, also would love to see some evidence about that. Yep. Yep. You know she's full of shit. You can tell she's full of shit. Come on.
Joe Biden has declared every freedom-loving American an enemy of the state.
That's true.
But under Republicans, we will take back our country from the communists who have stolen it and want us to disappear.
Okay, sure thing. As though we're not being currently ruled by a Christo-fascist minority who has gerrymandered its way into power, but whatever.
We will expose the unelected bureaucrats, the real enemies within, who have abused their power and declared political warfare on the greatest president this country has ever had.
Oh my God, the greatest president this country has ever had. Oh my God. It's terrifying how radicalized these people are. Yeah, it's really kind of terrifying a bit. So this person whom... oh shit, can you please stop? Thank you. Seth Kotlar, who is a teacher of U.S. history at Willamette University, says the term for this sort of rhetoric is accusation in a mirror, and scholars of genocide identify it as a major warning sign when political leaders start talking like this. I've heard the phrase recently, every accusation an admission. Like every time you accuse someone of something, it's actually an admission about something that you're doing, which I think is also kind of like projection is another word for that. Oh my God. Have you seen the video of the Republicans who think Biden is Obama in a mask? No, I haven't seen that. That's very embarrassing. There's a longer thread here on the accusation in a mirror concept, which I would be willing to check out in a second. In the replies, dozens of people have trotted out a right-wing talking point about a neurodiverse teen who was killed by someone who is a Democratic voter. Or North Dakota, not neurodivergent, North Dakota. Both Fox News and the North Dakota police have said there's no evidence this tragic death had anything to do with politics, but that didn't stop these GOP leaders from running with it for propaganda purposes. Of course, they're willing to just lie and make shit up. It's notable that so many people responded with exactly the same piece of misinformation that they probably got fed to them by Marjorie Taylor Greene herself. Unless, that is, they've, quote, done their own research and have decided that they do not believe what Fox News and the North Dakota State Police have said about these cases because those sources are part of the, quote, liberal media or something. A few people even linked to this article as a gotcha about how violent Democrats supposedly are. This article explicitly states that this was a case of drunk driving, no evidence that politics was involved. So yeah, just a few examples of people absolutely lying and making shit up. I don't think it's always projection when someone makes an accusation, but Republicans are usually making an admission with the accusations they make. Yeah, I guess I don't, I know the specific, meaning of the word projection and how it might differ from accusation in a mirror, you know?
Donald Trump.
Hold up. Oh yeah, the Young Turks. Yeah. I don't know if we can watch the Young Turks or not. Trump supporters short circuit over insane conspiracies at rally. Yeah, I have seen some of this content before, but I do want to read this some more. This thread about accusation in a mirror, accusing your opponents of wanting to do terrible things that they in fact do not want to do, but which you yourself intend to do. An essay on the concept Accusation in a Mirror by Kenneth L. Marcus. It was developed in the context of the Rwandan genocide. Just about every genocidal movement has carried out the sort of atrocities that they previously had falsely claimed their targets were planning. A more modest example of this accusation and mirror dynamic here, the idea that people who voted for Biden, a devout Catholic, would, quote, cancel Christianity is obviously ludicrous. Canceling an entire religion in America? Who would ever consider doing that? Going on record now, if they try to cancel Christianity, if they try to force me to apologize or recant my faith, I will not bend, I will not waver, I will not break. Yeah, whereas comparatively, the majority of Republican voters were untroubled by the idea of a Muslim ban. No problem with canceling the civil rights of LGBTQ folks while being deeply concerned that, quote, they want to cancel her rights to worship freely as a Christian. This person pointing me to this peak example of right-wing accusation in a mirror published on September 11th, 2020. The left is planning to litigate a Biden loss into a military coup. Oh, no. So, yeah, it's worth it to point out the number of ways in which Republicans have a tendency to do this accusation in a mirror, every accusation and admission thing. And frankly, like... I personally think that it's worth looking out for in your real life outside of politics as well. That like people who are manipulative in a toxic way will accuse you of doing shit that they in fact are doing. You know, it's the sort of classic like, oh my God, you're I suspect you of cheating on me or whatever, and it's like actually they're the person who's doing it. You know, like it's projection. Admission in a mirror. It's good to be on the lookout for it. I've seen people who identify as Republican liberals, but do you know any Democrat conservatives? I don't know. That's a really good question. Marjorie Taylor Greene is so ridiculous that even many conservative cis men find her irritating and an embarrassing joke. I mean, yeah, I do think that it's easy to point at her as like, oh, she's just a radical. Like, she'll probably be one of the fall guys. I would say Marjorie Taylor Greene will likely be a fall guy if the movement fails. You know, if the fascist movement really tries to take off and then really spectacularly fails, I'm sure that Marjorie Taylor Greene will end up being one of the people who gets pinned with a lot of the blame here. She made an ad where she said she wants to shoot up Democrats like pigs. Oh, for real? I wonder if that's one that we can find. It was on last week tonight. Hold up.
We've got skyrocketing inflation, high diesel
Hold on, is the volume okay on this?
fuel.
Nope, it's sure not. It's super fucking quiet. Hold up.
We've got skyrocketing inflation, high diesel fuel, and Democrats' America Last policies. Democrats aren't the only one destroying farmers' ability to put food on the table. We've got wild hogs destroying farmers' fields. So we decided to go hog hunting.
Wow, she's so badass. Wowee.
Let's help American farmers out. Sign up below and let's go in that helicopter and go hog hunting. Enter to win now.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know that that necessarily was what I was expecting it to be. But that was wild. Anyway, yes, Rebecca Soul West, I think you are correct in saying it sounds like Darvo. It's an abuse tactic for people to say, like, oh, here's, you know, if I, like, I actually am the one who is doing this shitty thing and I'm accusing you instead of doing that shitty thing. Or if the, you know, if when you try to point out to someone like, hey, you're doing this shitty thing, and they go, no, I'm not. Actually, what you are doing is unacceptable. So even if I were doing that thing that you accused me of doing, it would be permissible because you fucked up something in the first place. You know, it's that classic, like, if I, like, I didn't do it, but if I did, it wasn't that bad and it was justified because you did this, you know, like, that's kind of the Darvo process. That's why we need AR-15s. Oh my gosh, excuse me. True. Hey, Marjorie Taylor Greene, if you ever actually killed them in melee combat, I'd have an ounce of respect for you. This definitely has nothing to do with how dangerous fighting a wild hog is up close. Absolutely nothing to do. Like, it has nothing to do with how dangerous it is to fight a wild hog up close. Listen, I watched House of the Dragon, okay, and it looks pretty easy to me to just stab a hog to death, to just stab a wild boar to death. You know, it's not gonna hurt you. Don't worry about it. I mean, you know, if I learned anything from playing Halo, it's that melee damage is like way, 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 way more than any ranged damage, you know? If you shoot it, it's just going to keep coming at you. It's going to keep coming at you, and then you're going to have to switch your weapon out for the melee weapon, and that takes time, and then it's going to get you, you know? Just creep on it with your melee weapon, and everything will go fine. Everything will be fine. One of the things I loved about Some More News is the parody episodes about wild hogs. I haven't watched Some More News in a while because I already feel angsty enough about the world being a terrible place. True, Gayfesh. Listen, many people may think that hogs are dangerous, but what they fail to consider is that if their tusks are in range of you, they are also in range of your shiv. Rookie move, pigs. True. No one show it where the red fern grows, or Old Yeller. I loved where the red fern grows. I've thought about it recently. Are you familiar with Mike Sleepy Harlow? I am not familiar with Mike Harlow, I don't think. I love Some More News. I love Cody's Shody. I just don't often watch it because it just gets me into an energy that I don't want to be in. Frankly. Crestfallen Hollow says, with the abortion thing shooting the person in the back, the activist refused to get off the guy's property after being informed that she was trespassing. Then the dumbass homeowner, quote, eventually emerged from a barn at his home with a .22 caliber rifle belonging to his wife aimed at a pine tree out front and fired a warning shot. Then, quote, without thinking, he said, he tried to use the rifle to club away a clipboard that the volunteer was holding, fearing she would hit Harvey's wife with it. And then, according to Harvey, one of his fingers accidentally pulled the rifle's trigger. The ensuing shot hit the volunteer in the right shoulder. Yikes. So there's a completely good reason. I mean, as stupid as it is, like, it's not like he just shot her. She was trespassing. He was like, get the fuck off my land, and she wouldn't go. It's like that. In America, unfortunately, that's just kind of how things are. Also in the shoulder, not in the back. Cody's Shody is like, if John Oliver didn't have to pretend he was a liberal. I feel like that's fair enough. How do you have no trigger discipline? Yeah, you shouldn't have your finger on the trigger while you're dicking around. It's just a bad move. Oh my god, I am touching my eyeballs. It's a bad move. Ah, shite. Okay. It's fine. In fairness, John has been improving over time. I feel like John's show is it's pushing the boundaries more and more often. Certainly, it's not as tame as it used to be. I think there are things about it that are getting more and more crazy. Sometimes he is a goof. What Netflix show do you mean, Violet? I thought that John's show was always on HBO. John's show has always been pretty based. He just doesn't explicitly quote Marx. But how can we know that he's our comrade if he won't explicitly quote Marx? How fucking dare. How very fucking dare. Yet, true. Oh my gosh. My voice is still getting tired pretty soon because I had like that, I had a minor surgical procedure done about a week ago. And I went in and got it looked at today and it's totally fine. And also the results from the biopsy came back and it's not cancerous at all, which is great. It still hurts a little bit. Like talking for a while, you know? Has John Oliver read any theory at all? I don't know. The thing about John Oliver is that he is a talking figurehead, you know? Like the thing about John Oliver is that he might not know anything about anything that he talks about. He has a team of writers and researchers who put that shit together for him. And then his role is kind of to like, you know, provide some oversight over that process. But ultimately, his job is to deliver the news or deliver the show as written in the manner that is going to be entertaining, you know? So I don't know if he actually has any political beliefs that are relevant to our discussions. Who would be good to take over The Daily Show? I hope it's Larry Wilmore. I don't have any idea who's going to be good to take over the fucking Daily Show. I did see that Trevor Noah was leaving the show. Cody doesn't quarks either. Quarks, quote marks. TBH, if John Oliver is ever allowed to be openly commie, that's probably going to be moments before open warfare. True enough. Mike Sleepy Harlow is a gay Republican liberal who is good friends with Ariel, Blair White, and the offensive tranny. This video will show you him saying the truth about the, quote, non-binaries. I'm not probably going to watch this right this second. Are you just talking about the first 2 minutes of this video? The very first 2 minutes of this video? Who the fuck is this person? Why should I care about their opinion is my main question. This person only has 6,000 subscribers. You know what the really awesome thing is about someone only having 6,000 subscribers and me having like 30,000 subscribers almost? Is that I can just declare that they're not relevant and I can refuse to watch their content. This person's a chud. Xanderhall made a vid on them a while back. Exactly, Timerinia. I can just ignore the heck out of them. Oh, true. Finn in the YouTube chat. Velma from Scooby-Doo is canonically gay. Hasn't this been the case for a while? Hold on. Velma Daphne. Okay, we've been new about this, okay? Here's how I know we've been new about this. There is no heterosexual explanation. Earlier in the night, here's traditionally, you know, Velma wears orange, Daphne wears pink. And then later that same fucking night, there is no heterosexual explanation for this. We've been new. Okay? We've been new. Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc. was peak Scooby-Doo gay shipping. Wait, I recognize that moaning. True! Yes, absolutely. What are we doing, Violet? Oh, there's a 30-minute video about Velma's queer evolution by Scooby-topia. Copyrighted stuff, though. Okay. Okay, so for this new thing, Velma actually gets flustered on screen when she sees a hot woman. But we've been new. Yeah. We've been new. If you're enjoying hanging out with us and you've not yet hit the like button on the YouTube page, go ahead and do that. It's free. This show comes to you free of charge. I have yet to take any sponsorships because the show is entirely viewer supported. Completely supported by your donations, supported by your shares, your comments, your engagement, your likes. Mwah. Thank you so much. Also, headcanon Shaggy as Ace. I could see it. I could see Shaggy being Ace, for sure. For sure, for sure. He's just so goofy, you know? He's got nothing serious going on. I'm here for Ace Furry Shaggy. Is he a furry too? We're going for furry? He's a goofy goober. What kind of furry is Shaggy? You know? Akon was my favorite singer until I saw a video of him saying there is no such thing as a bisexual man. Here's the thing about famous people who are famous for like being good at music or good at pretending to be other people is they're stupid people who believe stupid things. Like Terry Crews has said some stupid shit on Twitter about how a kid needs to have a mommy and a daddy to grow up in a like healthy environment, and like also was tweeting about how like we shouldn't say Black Lives Matter because it implies that Black lives are superior to other lives, you know? Like, they're fucking stupid. Stop expecting people who are good at pretending or good at singing to have, like, good political opinions. Why would it take away from your enjoyment of their music or their ability to pretend to be someone that they're not for you to know that they have stupid opinions? They're not smart people. They're not, like, rocket scientists. What about Tom Morello? I take it back about Tom Morello. Yeah, or if they're good at running fast. Like, if they're good at running fast or they're good at throwing a ball far, like, who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? That should be a short on the channel. What's the timestamp on that? 1 minute, 1 hour, 26. Where is my fucking pencil, bro? Cool. I think about these things while I'm doing the streams, you know? I'm like, shit, that would be a good short. Fuck. Surgeons are often deeply troubled people. I think surgeons are often really overworked, so they do have a tendency to be, Decoy Duck said, to be fair, even heart surgeons can be stupid. See Ben Carson. I mean, yeah, like, you can be really skilled at something and still really dumb, like, in other spheres. Clip it and ship it. True. Yeah, Ben Carson is a brain surgeon, I believe. He's a D&D min-maxer who put all his points into neurosurgery. True. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're going to do some really fucking stupid discourse here in a minute, okay? But in addition to doing stupid fucking discourse, okay, we're going to take a moment to, like, have a moment of media literacy, okay? The media literacy part is the really important aspect of this. Multiple intelligence is a thing for a reason. Yes. Akon has worked with Jeffree Star, and Jeffree Star is a bisexual. You know, isn't Jeffree Star also a racist? Hasn't Jeffree Star been, like, caught in 4K saying the N-word? And yet Jeffree Star has... So these are, like... So Akon thinks that bisexual people aren't real. And Jeffree Star thinks it's okay for white people to say the N-word. And yet Jeffree Star and Akon worked together, you know? Nobody wants to see us together, but it don't matter, no. True. Is that Akon? The only song that I can think of with Akon in it is I Just Had Sex by The Lonely Island. You know? I just had sex and it felt so good. A woman let me put my penis inside her. I want to tell the world. I was just going to say that's the only Akon song I know. Yeah, I don't know any other Akon songs. Yeah. Don't Matter is an Akon song. Okay, so I guess I know Don't Matter No because I Got You. That is another Akon song that I've heard before. I know more parody Weird Al songs than the songs that they are based on. That's probably true for me too. Or like, there's this one parody artist called Ember Isolta that I used to listen to a lot. I don't, maybe, can we do this without getting zucked? I don't know. But there's a couple songs that I know. She does World of Warcraft parody music, or at least she fucking used to, like 10 years ago. So there's several songs that I just don't know the actual words to the real song because I've never heard it, but I've heard like her parody. So the song will come on and I'll be singing like World of Warcraft related lyrics, you know? Like, I don't even know what these are a parody of, but like if I played you a bit of it, you'd probably know what it's a parody of. Like, let's try this. Like, what is this? The song is called Meow. Or no, I don't want to do this one. I think this other one is a parody of this one is a parody of a Nicki Minaj song, I think. Yes, she's the one who parodied Single Ladies and made it all about how hunters always roll neat on every weapon. Yeah. All the Ninja Raiders, all the Ninja Raiders, all the Ninja Raiders, all the Ninja Raiders. Yes, that's true. But she did this one that was a parody of a Nicki Minaj song, I think. I want to like, I don't know if I'll be able to get away with this. I really want to play part of this. Hold on. I also want to like sing it, but I feel like it would be kind of embarrassing. But like, it's very amusing to me. Yeah, it's Super Bass. Yeah, this is a parody of Super Bass.
Typhoon CC with the deeps direct. When he come up in the pug, he be blowing up. Got cast so fast you can't interrupt. And his skill is real. He even got a heel.
Yeah, I don't want to do this all day, but I love that shit. Like, it's so good. Ember Isolta is her name. And that's a parody of Nicki Minaj's Super Bass. Yeah. This one is for the boys with the boomkin spec. Typhoon CC with the deeps direct. When he come up in the pug, he be blowing up. Got cast so fast you can't interrupt. I think it would be so funny to I actually may have done this at one point. I think it would be so funny to like write an essay or make a video like explaining all of the jargon. Like, this one is for the boys with the boomkin spec. Like, boomkin spec. I have to explain what that means to someone who doesn't know what World of Warcraft is. Typhoon CC with the deeps direct. Like, there's so much in there that I feel like I could just go on and on forever, like just explaining what the minutia of all of these terms mean in this like adorable parody song. Anyway, I feel you on the Weird Al thing. I did not know Amish Paradise was a parody till I was 16. Oh my god. I know Party in the CIA way more than the original. There are times I unironically want to make a WoW blog just to teach gold making. Autism is weird. I'm considering paying for 1 month of World of Warcraft so that I can play Wrath of the Lich King again. I'm considering it. If I just played World of Warcraft for like 2 weeks, you know? I feel like it would not be a huge waste of $15. You know what I mean? Feel that nostalgia. I know. But the thing is that it's not just that I miss playing World of Warcraft. It's also like, are you ready for some gay shit right now? When my partner and I were first dating, I was like still living with my folks at home, and we were like in a long distance relationship. So we would play World of Warcraft together, like on one monitor, and then on the other monitor we would have Skype open on a video call full screen so that we could like hang out and have something to do together while we were long distance for the first like most of the first year of our relationship. And then we continued to play it for a while after we moved in together. But so I recognize that when I miss playing World of Warcraft, I don't miss playing World of Warcraft so much as I miss like the beginning of our relationship, you know, and like that fun thing that we used to do together, right? Yeah, Timerinia says, when I miss games, I miss what I felt like when I played those games and miss the people I used to talk to and interact with. It's not about the game, it's about everything around it. Yeah, For sure. So I'm recognizing that where like I might try to play WoW for a couple weeks, but then I'll get bored of it and like sad probably because what I want out of it is all of those feelings of connection that I felt with my partner back then, you know? When everyone was clamoring for WoW Classic, I was like, you can't go home again. I didn't play WoW Classic. I didn't start playing until Wrath of the Lich King, which is part of why the nostalgia draw is so big right now, because I didn't play Classic, and so when we tried to play Classic, I was like, this fucking sucks. Like, WoW Classic is a bad game, okay? I'm sorry to any purists who started in the fucking beta. WoW Classic is a bad game. No, I know what you mean, Gayfesh, when they brought out WoW Classic again modernly, but it like I tried to play WoW Classic in the modern and I know it's a soulless cash grab. I mean, it's fine. You have your retail subscription at the same time for your Classic subscription. But like I tried to play it and it was bad. It's not a good game. Burning Crusade balanced it a little bit better. Wrath of the Lich King, it was starting to make fucking sense. Folding Ideas has a good video on this. I saw that there was a Folding Ideas video about World of Warcraft, but I hadn't watched it, I don't think. Oh my gosh. And BJ says one of my coworkers has family photos in her apartment from when she was, quote, married in Final Fantasy 13 or something. I'm sure, I'm confident that there were people who held marriage ceremonies in World of Warcraft with their guilds and stuff. For sure. For sure. Classic is so much worse than retail. It was just not a well-balanced game. I'm sorry. Like, I am a kind of person who wants to play alone. So when I played WoW Classic, I was like, I want to level a character by myself. But I can't because it's such a fucking badly balanced game at that point that the only way you can succeed is if you play a hunter and you have, like, your pet to distract from you so that you can survive long enough to kill things. And it just is a huge fucking pain in the ass. Play it on stream, then you can consider it a business expense and it might change how you feel about it. That's why Keffel says she won't play Minecraft on stream. It'll ruin it for her. Yeah, I did consider, you know, maybe it would make it worth my while if I played it on stream. Because I think I could grind and quest and stuff and still talk about politics, you know? I think WoW might actually be the perfect game for that for me because it's so familiar to me. Vanilla WoW would literally be like, okay, this next patch will work on this class. You'd have to wait months or years if you were specific classes for any crumb of balance. No. Yeah, it was a rough fucking time. I play Boomkin. That's why I played the Boomkin song, you know? I tend to play WoW while I listen to podcasts. Oomkin, I know, the Oomkin. We've got that burst, but we do That's why we have what is it called? Innervate. Innervate, you know? Glad I dodged WoW. Yeah, slaps Hungry Bears. I've paid hundreds of dollars to Blizzard. I've spent hundreds of hours of my time playing their silly little game. And what did I get out of it? A lot of really important bonding time with my partner, frankly. God of Ragnarok looks beautiful to me. Would be tempted to play it. I used to read a lot of Norse myth, etc. as a teenager. I haven't checked it out. Okay, we gotta do something serious now. By serious, I mean stupid fucking bullshit discourse. Are you ready? We're doing discourse now. And learning a little bit about media literacy, which is important. We're doing discourse and learning about media literacy. True. Disc horse. Okay, so are you ready to have your mind fucking blown here? Why trans femmes identifying as lesbian can be harmful. A thread by a sapphic trans femme person of color. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Hit like on the stream/video if you have not yet already done that, okay? Strap in. Let's go. Number 1. People who are assigned male at birth tend to lack the experience most cis female/transmasc lesbians have with lesbophobia, leading them to be less connected to the community and identity, especially because a lot of AMABs grew up embracing and or surrounded by a fetishized idea of lesbians. Okay, to this first one, I must say, all I have to do is like switch around a couple of the words and I can invalidate all transgender women, okay? What if you just said, AMAB people tend to lack the experience most cis females have with misogyny, leading them to be less connected to the community and identity, especially because a lot of AMABs grew up embracing and or surrounded by a fetishized idea of women. Do you see what I mean? Do you see how easy it is? That's exactly the argument that TERFs make, okay? This is fucking stupid. Number 1. All right? Point number 1. We're already off to a bad start, Olive. Number 2. It often leads to cisheads, especially homophobic and transphobic ones, thinking men can be lesbians. This is just the same shit as the bi-lesbian thing where you're like blaming women for problems that men have. Like, if transgender women are lesbians and they identify as lesbians, even if they're not passing, like men having a problem with that is men's fault. It's not, in fact, the fault of the women. Okay? Seeing non-passing trans femmes/trans women in lesbian relationships and IDing as lesbian, especially because they see trans women as men. Again, not my fucking problem. Like, why should the perception that trans women are actually men have to do, like, why? Like, the perception that trans women are men is, like, good enough reason for them to, like, oh, well, you might as well not call yourself a woman because it obfuscates the idea of what a woman is to the average person. Fucking moron. 3. Not all trans femmes are exclusively non-men. Some are bigender and gender fluid and still ID as lesbian, which is harmful. Demonstrate the fucking harm, you asshole. As that means they're still partially cis men, and men obviously can't ID as lesbian. Is this person also against, I think this person is also against trans men. Yeah, because they're also against trans men identifying as lesbian, because in their profile it says, do not interact FTM lesbians. So like if you are a trans man, you also can't identify as lesbian, even if you are a trans masculine, what did she say up here? Even if you are a transmasc lesbian. You can be a transmasc lesbian, but if any part of your transmasc identity involves you identifying as a man, even partially, such as a bigender person, oh my god, you're not allowed to call yourself a lesbian. Actually, only on every other Tuesday are you allowed to call yourself a lesbian. Fucking ridiculous. Okay, keep in mind there's a media literacy component that we're going to get to at the end of this, okay? We're going to get angry at this stupid person, and then we're going to investigate. Who is this stupid person and why are they saying these stupid things? Okay? So we're now claiming an additional harm. It's harmful for trans people too. It leads to confusion between transmasc and transfemme lesbians. I don't think it really does, actually. I think most transmasc and transfemme lesbians would probably be okay dating each other, as a matter of fact. And non-passing trans femmes can be perceived as trans men or cis men using the ID in a toxic way and excluded from lesbian spaces, as opposed to us just having our own label. Again, like, who cares about being perceived as whatever? Like, being perceived as using the ID in a toxic way. Who fucking cares? Oh my god. Okay, this is like, I want you to see that the stupidity of this is making me upset, okay? Notice how irritating this is, okay? Pay attention. This seems really stupid and vacuous, right? Like, why are you, as a trans woman, making this argument? Okay, keep that nugget in your head, okay? Pay attention to what's going on here. I'm probably going to get called a TERF for this, so just let me clarify that I am a trans femme who previously ID'd as a lesbian before realizing it was harmful and choosing to ID as bi. Trans femmes can still call ourselves sapphic or make up a new women loving women label that's trans exclusive, but lesbian should be exclusive to cis women and non-male aligned trans masks to avoid complications IMO. Like, how is saying, like, literally just saying that lesbian should be used only by non-male aligned trans masks to avoid complications. Like that in and of itself is basically like an oxymoron, because most trans masks are going to be aligned with maleness to some degree, or a lot of them are. I'm probably going to get called a TERF for this. Yeah, because you are one. True. Yeah. So here's another thing. Was there another aspect to this where she said something about like, oh my God, here it is. She says, I'm a trans femme sapphic Jewish POC who previously ID'd as a lesbian and just left a relationship with a trans femme lesbian because of her use of the label. I know what I'm talking about. To all the people saying she dodged a bullet, she actually didn't. The breakup traumatized her significantly more than it did me, so if anything, I came out on top. You literally broke up with a woman because she was using the label lesbian while she was in a relationship with you, while she was in a sapphic, women-loving women relationship with you. Like, what? I don't, like, I want to say, like, what a fucking psychopath. Like, I know that's not, like, the right word for what I'm trying to say. Like, this person has no empathy. Like, this is insanity to me. Except, okay, again, so keep in mind, again, notice how upset we're getting, okay? Notice how fake this shit seems, okay? Pay attention. Look at this. Look at what we're about to do, okay? Do you see what we're about to do? We're about to take a fucking 2-second media literacy trip on Twitter, okay? Do you see this? What are we looking at, okay? First of all, it says she, her. It also says minor. So if this person is under the age of 18... like, God bless teenagers, but they should not have political opinions, like, about this shit and be expected to be taken seriously if they're going to be, like, callous in the way that this person is being, okay? But, however, look at this. Do you see this right here where it says joined September 2022? Look at it. Zoom in on it. Look at it. Do you see that? Okay? Pay attention to that. Why is this account so new? Why is this person posting specifically shit that is pissing off people in the queer community? This person is drumming up discourse within the queer community. Why? Why? For sure. Not only that, everybody. Not only that, okay? Let's take an additional moment, okay? Let's look at the followers on this account. Not following, followers. Okay? First person joined November 2018. Second person, March 2017. Not too bad, okay? January 2019. Oh, that's the same person. January 2021. That's a fairly recent one. April 2016. June 2016. These accounts are not too bad. As far as... okay, that was a 2021 account. 2022. Okay, 2022. August 2022. Femboy Aliens. May 21. May 2022. Look at this. Pay attention to this kind of shit. January 2021. Why are these accounts so new? I went through a lot of these earlier. 2021. I went through a lot of these earlier. 2022. And determined that a large number of these accounts, 2021, are from within the past 2 years. 2021. Why do they all follow each other? 2022. 2021. Like, either all of these people are actually minors, they are actually teenagers, and therefore they are prone to be easily manipulated by people who are, like, trying to drum up confusion and discord within the ranks of, like, the queer community or whatever. Or these are all fake accounts. April 2021. 2021. 2021. 2017. There are some in there, but that's like a shocking number of ones that are just straight up 2021. There's a fucking another one. 2021. 2021. Okay, do you see the point that I'm making? I will stop making it repeatedly. But, like, yeah. They got a couple real followers recently from their posts, but most are fellow sock puppets is my guess. Yeah, that's like more or less what I have determined from checking this out. You know, it seems to me like overwhelmingly like this person is a fake person. And a lot of their followers are fake people. That wasn't following. I was like, what accounts are following this person in order to buff their numbers? you know? Excuse me. Why are we quote tweeting? Like why are there so many quote tweets on this? 101 quote tweets, 129 quote tweets, very few likes. Like, LOL ratio, true. But like, pay a fucking attention. Like, I don't want to contribute to basically like a fucking psyop, you know, where we're being deliberately misled and like messed with, basically, on the basis of being really interested in doing fucking discourse, you know? Kimberwolf, sounds like you can't ID as a lesbian if you don't pass enough. I think it was just, if you're AMAB at all, it's not appropriate. But that people not passing was part of the reason why she was so upset by it. Worth checking beyond join date as well? How do you mean, Baphomet? What do you mean specifically? Like, is there any other specific thing that you think is worth checking out when you're looking at the legitimacy of a Twitter account? Most of the fakes were from the same months, like May 2021 kept popping up a lot too. Probably OP, Pride, Fall, Sock Puppets. Yeah, that's a really good point, Quarbarian, pointing out that a lot of the accounts were made in May 2021 specifically. So they probably were made in anticipation of like kink at Pride discourse and shit like that. Some of them might just be TERFs. Check their posts. Yeah, usually the TERFs have shit in their bio that makes it pretty obvious what they are, you know? And I'm not seeing a lot of stuff in the bios that are saying, like, in fact, a lot of these people have pronouns in bio. I'll quote, these people have pronouns in bio. They're neurodivergent, or a lot of them claim to be minors too. 16, 19, 14. I've been alive 18 years. Like, I know a 19 and an 18-year-old they're not minors, but, you know, they're young. They're teenagers. Oh my God, I threw my phone on the floor. I threw it on the ground. I'm not a part of this system. My dad's not a phone. Duh. Okay, anyway, moving on from the Lonely Island. I'm literally neurodivergent and a minor. Exactly. So yeah, just pay a fucking attention. TLDR. Pay a fucking attention. Timerina says, pretending to be a minor is a good way to make people feel bad about treating you too harshly and to avoid some level of accountability, perhaps. Yeah, I think it's to make it to where you have to be like, you can't be mean to me or whatever. Like, I don't know. It's super weird. I think I need to get some more water real quick. So thirsty. Ooh. Hail hydrate, y'all. Hail hydrate. IDK, I've seen some people be shitty to minors. I mean, that's, you know, fair enough. Hellhound, welcome in. I'm finally free of Zoom hell, and now I am here. Exiting Zoom hell only to enter into another almost video call-like situation. Not being ageist is the hardest part of being on Twitter. Fucking men. I do truly have a difficult time not being like, you teenagers should not have political opinions. Because, like, I was a teenager and I had political opinions, and I don't want to be, like, mean to myself in the past. You know what I mean? But, like, also, like, I spent more time, like, crafting my opinions than I did spewing them. So I think some teenagers today could take some cues off of that. Closing replies and saying dumb shit seems to be a strategy to gain exposure too, since people have to retweet to respond. That is a good point as well. Yeah, shutting off replies, meaning that people must quote tweet you in order to reply, and then you get more reach. Timerenia says, sometimes younger people have really poorly developed political ideas, but they do have very genuine feelings and desires, and that deserves validation. That's a good way to put it, Timerenia. I agree. The internet should be read only until you're like 16. I've met plenty of adults with shit political opinions. At least kids have a reason. That's true. At least kids have a good reason to have bad political opinions. Like, their brains are literally not done fucking cooking yet. I'm gonna be keeping replies followers only for a while now that I'm on both DG and KF's radars, but I repeat myself. I haven't noticed any negative attention from myself recently, but that's always been the case for me, and I'd be repeating myself if I went into too much detail about that. TLDR, no one ever pays attention to me. I say shit that's just as inflammatory as anybody else, but nobody ever, like, flames me particularly. Calvin Guerra came after me one time, but I don't really get, like, a lot of hate from anti-feminists or anti-trans people. Like, I had a couple of honorable mentions on Kiwi Farms, but it was in other threads. Like, nobody cared that much about me. Nathaniel asks, what do you say to LGBT conservatives or LGBT people against non-binary when they say people like you don't care about the community, they just want power? I mean, I don't know what I can say to those people, because what do you mean, like, I don't care about the community? I care about helping people come out and, like, helping teenagers access medical care and, like, advocating for our rights and stuff. Like, my actual job is to talk about this shit and educate about it all the fucking time. Like, it's possible to derail one of my streams if someone comes in and asks questions. Like, I might put hold on whatever I had planned to talk about in order to educate someone on whatever LGBT issues that they have. And that might include, like, if a 16-year-old trans boy comes in here and is like, I think I might be a trans boy, I think I want people to use he, him pronouns, like, I might stop the fucking stream to answer his questions, you know? Like, it's my job. I take it very seriously. It's not just my job, but it's, like, my purpose, you know? So, like, I don't know what to say to somebody who says that, like, I, as a non-binary person, just want power and don't care about the community, you know? Like, it's not even optional for me to help other trans people. I often make calls to action, and that gets people's goats. Yeah, I have noticed that, Gayfesh. You do more often go, like, you say, like, hey, go report this account because it's Destiny ban evading. I've been working hard on just exploring nuance and understanding lately, even for people I strongly disagree with. It's been going okay. I try really hard, and I don't feel like I do a very good job of it, but I try to... Was I really number one on trans trenders? I thought that the ranking of trans trenders video, he only kind of briefly mentioned me. He put me on the rankings, but it was like, he didn't really talk about me a whole lot. But yeah, I've been trying to understand people's difficulties, you know, like, and especially like people who are putting me in a rough situation, or like if my friend is in a rough situation. Like, one of my friends out at the Renaissance Festival, like, she's been married for 22 years and they have an 18-month-old kid, and her husband just walked out on her for a younger woman. And, you know, part of my talking to her and processing it out with her was like, I mean, it's possible that he feels like really encumbered by the pressure involved with taking care of all of you, and like, you were out of commission for 6 months after your cesarean. Like, I'm not trying to say anything about excusing his behavior, but rather that I understand that perhaps, like, he's been feeling more pressure, and men are bad at talking about their feelings and, like, understanding that they feel like they're under a lot of pressure. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm just personally trying to understand more when other people, like, are doing shit that that I feel like is not okay, you know? I think most people who do fucked up things, like, don't mean to be doing some fucked up shit. You know what I mean? They probably, like, don't realize or don't know that they're doing fucked up shit. But, like, the autistic hope is if you tell someone they're doing something fucked up and hurting you, that they'll stop. But the thing is that people often are not able to face it and deal with it. So that's the issue. Like, you might know that they're doing something fucked up, but even telling them that is not going to help, you know? Anyway. We have one topic left today. I don't mind being on this kind of side tangent, but we have 48 concurrent viewers. If you're in here and you have not yet hit the like button, consider hitting the like button. Consider hitting the dono button. Consider donating to either me directly or to my GoFundMe, or checking out my Amazon wishlist where I'm trying to get some home goods that I need because I'm about to be moving out of living with my partner for the last 12 years. I need to buy a bed because I don't currently have one. So thank you. Appreciate you considering those actions. The likes is at the sex number right now. 69 likes. Luxander is the most trans. Oh wait, how am I the most trans? I mean, I'll take it. I will be the god of all trans. I just didn't know how I got there. Oh, apparently according to some bigot's tier list. Okay, fair enough. Yep. According to Calvin Guerra, I am the most trans. I've transed the most kids. That would be awesome. I don't think that that's true, but I think that if it was, that would be based as fucking hell. If I had transed the most kids out of anyone, that would be incredible. Listen, that's the goal that we need to get to, okay? We need to usurp Vosh's throne so that I can have his platform, his reach, and once I have that, I will have transed the most kids of anyone. Hell, you use it, its pronouns. IDK if there's any more trans you can get. I kind of feel that way myself, Slaps Hungry Bears. I feel like once you get to the point where you're using it, its pronouns, you've really transcended the whole thing. Yeah, you're the most trans because you've transcended. Exactly. Yes, exactly, Gayfesh. Creature of the Face says, I want you to know that I have massive gender envy for you, Lux, and my brain likes to do a casino slot machine of pronouns until I land on yours because sticky binary brain. You know, it's not a big deal. You know, I present myself feminine. I present myself masculine. I don't really care about getting misgendered anymore because, I don't know, dude. I just don't fucking care anymore. Transcendentally trans. True. But the throne comes from the power of the beard. How can you dethrone him? It's got to be through the power of the hair, right? Oh my God. And the makeup. Oh my God. I need to get some eyeshadow primer so that my fucking eyeshadow actually shows up on my face. Like there's like orange all along underneath my eye, all the way out to here. And I don't think you can really see it very well because it's not showing up. I'm going to try to rest up before therapy starts in an hour. Have a good night, Violet. Yes, good luck in your therapy, hun. Lux is the cutest trans of most commenters. Much better looking than most. True. True. Now I am considering Vosh in makeup, and I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how Vosh would look in makeup. Yeah. Nathaniel asked, do you think non-binary people can be straight? My ex-partner who is non-binary identifies as straight. I dated them when V identified as a girl. Again, people can identify however they fucking want to. I personally, like, my experience with gender is alien enough from a binary that I don't think I would be able to call myself straight or explicitly gay either. Vosh would not do well in makeup at all, in my opinion. I didn't do, like, any foundation or anything. I literally just did eyeliner, eyeshadow, and a little bit of eyeshadow up here. What I'm hearing is we need to pressure Voosh into wearing makeup by attempting to dethrone him in a non-violent coup. True. Is it uncouth to ask your loose acquaintances with huge platforms to retweet your fucking GoFundMe, you know? I was like, would it be uncouth if I messaged Vosh and was like, Voosh, can I just get like one single retweet for my GoFundMe? Or like Ty Turner or something. It's like, I'm not friends with either of them per se. I'm friendly, but not friends. We can get Voosh in makeup if we try. Uncouth. True. I feel like I never understand quite what people mean anymore when they say their sexuality is straight or gay, because for some reason my brain immediately starts wondering the boundaries of what those things mean. That's true. I think asking can't hurt, still their decision. Yeah, but like, what if it's socially uncool of me to have asked and then they don't like me anymore? I'm gonna get they, them on my work uniforms just because it'll signal that I'm queer. Oh my God, Timerinia. Listen, you phrased it that way and it made me seem really stupid and I'm upset now. Timerinia said, what if they judge you for needing help? OMG. Fuck. Well, I mean, like, for trying to take advantage of my relationship with them in order to get money, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I should just stop being a little bitch. As once it hits the 2,000 mark, I might just close it down. Like, I remember Vaush going out of his way to help friends through tough shit before, but I'm not like friends with Vaush. I'm just friendly with Vaush. I don't know if we're cool like that. For trying to ask them for help when you're in a situation of need, there's no harm or pressure, no coercion. Maybe I fucking will then. I don't know. Are you oomfies? We are oomfies. I do think Vosh follows me on Twitter, actually. That's a good question. I haven't really thought about that in a while. Yeah, we're oomfies. Vosh and I are oomfies. Oomfies, yeah, means one of my followers, but I think it also means like mutuals. Like if you're oomfies together, then you're both each other's followers. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of, I'm autistic and I don't understand the social rules. So that's kind of where I struggle in these situations. Where I'm like, I would like to ask for help, but I also worry about the ramifications of doing that. So oh gosh, we have not talked about the Try Guys thing. I don't know that I'm going to talk about the Try Guys thing. I feel like I don't know that I have a lot to say about it. Oh my God. I keep forgetting that that's a thing. But I was also going to look for my last note for the day. Some Proud Boys bullshit, as per usual. You know how it goes. I'd never heard of the Try Guys before last week. Still don't know who they really are. I want to do Slay the Dragon on Thursday when I'm prepared for it, because I was not prepared for today. I was like, we're doing politics today. We'll do a fun one next time. There is no more brain shot off. There is no more brain shut off boring concept than infidelity to this ace brain. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Yeah, the Try Guys, they just, you know, I don't even know. Like, some of their best episodes were like the Try Guys try drag, or like, I don't know. They did a whole lot of fucking shit. So they're just four dudes who would like do stuff. And sometimes they would make like music videos. Like one of my favorite music videos, like I don't know if it's quite considered the Try Guys or if it's like just under the umbrella of BuzzFeed when they were making BuzzFeed videos all the time. But like there was called, it was like, What If I Was a Disney Princess? And it was like this whole music video sung by multiple of the Try Guys, like Keith, for example. They were like, I wish I could be a Disney princess so I could marry a homeless Arabian man. Like it's all these like realistic descriptions of being a Disney princess. Like I wish I could be a Disney princess so I could have a man climb up my head. Rapunzel, you know? If I were a Disney princess, I would have everything at my fingertips. I could be Native American. It was a whole fucking thing. So that's why I like the Try Guys, because they did a lot of silly bullshit. but then one of them cheated on his wife, and he's the one who like made a whole brand out of being a wife guy. And like, oh my God, recipe book for like from me and my wife, and like, oh my God, look at our kids and shit like that. He was the wife guy. He was also the one white guy on the Try Guys who didn't wear glasses. So now there's 2 white guys who wear glasses, and then there's Eugene, who's Korean. But they seemed pretty upset. They actually made a video that got posted today that was like, hey, here's what happened. Like, here's the situation as we understand it. And we should watch that. We should just go ahead and watch that, because I want you to see Eugene serving his absolute contempt. Like, it's truly worth it, if for nothing else but that. Korean and very gay, true. I remember, like, I've known the Try Guys long enough that I remember when Eugene was in the closet. Like, Eugene was not out. So yeah, let's watch it, because I think that would be fun. Eugene's outfit in that vid gave me so much gender envy. True. Okay, let's watch it together, okay? Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started in here.
Is no longer working.
Okay, that volume is okay. We'll take it up a little bit more. That's probably fine. And take it back, and we'll turn on the fucking CCs. Okay? Okay, let's do it. This is not going to be a segment. Let's just do it.
Ned Fulmer is no longer working with the Try Guys. By now, we're assuming you've seen the Reddit threads and TikToks and tweets and news articles. We want to give you a timeline of what's transpired and some transparency into our decision making. Throughout this video, there will be things that we want to say or go into further, but as I'm sure you're aware, there are some legal issues we have to consider as we go through everything.
My camera's over Eugene. God damn it. I want you to see his face. Gosh darn it. Gosh diggity darn it. Hold on. Racist camera. I know. Hold on. Which one is it? Is it this one? It's this one. Okay, there we go. And there we go. That's better. Okay, let's do it.
On Labor Day weekend, multiple fans alerted us that they had seen Ned and an employee engaging in public romantic behavior. We reached out to check on that employee. Ned confirmed the reports and since confirmed that this had been going on for some time, which was obviously very shocking to us, and we just want you to know that we had no idea this was going on. All of that information was just as shocking to us as all of this has been for you this week.
And thus began a 3-week process of engaging with employment lawyers, corporate lawyers, HR, PR, and more, in order to make sure we were taking all necessary steps. From the jump, we were acutely aware of just how contrary this was to the values of the company we've built and those of everyone who works here. This is something we took very seriously. We refused to sweep things under the rug. That is not who we are, and it's not what we stand for.
He was so upset. He really had to like rein it in the middle of that. He was like, I'm about to fucking lose it, and I need to pause for a second because I'm gonna my voice is about to be out of control. Good night, Spider. Good night.
We immediately removed Ned from work activities and engaged an HR professional to conduct a thorough...
Oh, Cotton D-Pad. These are the Try Guys, or at least this is 3 out of formerly 4 of the Try Guys, and one of them was found canoodling with an employee. Like, the 4 of them are like the owners of the company, and he was like cheating on his wife with an employee of the company and spotted in public doing that. And so this is the Try Guys video response being like, we fired him, basically. The Try Guys try hiring an HR manager. True. Oh my God, they're the Try Guys, like TRI, Try Guys. True, Raccoon Pope.
Review of the facts. We also opted to remove Ned from our releases pending the results of that review. Over a few weeks, that's included removing his section from videos, digitally removing him from others.
Digitally removing him from some videos. I feel like I need to watch some Try Guys videos from like the past few months leading up to now, because I really want to see the extent to which they digitally removed him from content.
And choosing not to feature him in our merch throws. Honestly,
Bro,
I want to give...
fuck, that's going to be expensive, says Slaps Hungry Bears. Yeah, for real. Yeah, for real.
Major props to our editing staff for how deftly they've handled that. There are several videos that we've deemed as fully unreleasable. You will never see them, and that is due to his involvement. And that's a decision that has cost us lots of money. We will not be able to recoup that money, but it's a decision we stand by proudly.
Now, we can't talk about the details of the review, but suffice to say, we found that Ned had engaged in conduct unbecoming of our team, and we knew that we could not move forward with him. So on Friday, September 16th, the three of us signed written consent of the members of Second Try LLC approving the removal of Ned as a manager and an employee. We chose.
It's not just that he cheated, Trout Dealer. It's that he was fraternizing with an employee. He was the owner of the company, or one of the 4 owners of the company, canoodling with a subordinate, you know? That's why this was like a legal issue that had more going on.
Not to rush into the announcement for a few reasons. Namely, there are real people who have been affected. And while we consider this a company matter, there's just also a family at the center of this.
Yeah, saying there's a family at the center of this because Ned's wife, Ariel, and they have like 2 children, you know?
Now, we were always planning on a public statement, and we're working towards that with our team. But in light of rapidly accelerating speculation, we knew we couldn't wait any longer. We were obviously incredibly shocked and deeply hurt by all of this. This is someone who we'd built a brand and a company with for 8 years.
He's frustrated with himself because he's fucking up while reading the teleprompter. Like, he's just like, he's like, I'm so upset that I can't even fucking read this teleprompter right now.
We feel saddened, not just personally, but on behalf of our staff and our fans who believed in us.
I don't know that we'll ever be able to fully articulate the pain we feel at this moment. It's hard to rewatch old videos that we love and are proud of. We're losing a friend. We're losing someone we built a company with. We have countless memories with.
You could really hear it in his voice right then. We're losing a friend. Oh man, that's sad.
We just made a TV show together. I'm sure many of you feel the same way. It's weird. We're sorry that this ever happened, and we don't know what more to say.
And there's also our staff of 20 strong who they just don't deserve the negative attention.
Yeah, I don't think Zach is mad. I think he was about to cry. I mean, yeah, I guess he might have been mad and like about to cry, but it was his voice started to waver when he said, "We're losing our friend." Like, that of all the things that happened in this situation, that like additionally, like, they're so personally disappointed in Ned that they can't continue being his friend either. Like, they're so personally let down, and they love his wife and everything, you know, and they love his kids, and they're like, how could you fucking do this, dude? Like, this is not cool.
And our brand is now getting because they didn't do anything. But they're our family, and they're some of the most talented, creative minds in the world, and our primary focus right now is making sure they feel comfortable and proud coming to work. The work they do never ceases to astound us, and frankly, there's just no world in which we could have navigated all of this without them. Now, there are videos that were shot ahead of all this, right? We're going to be editing Ned out like the new season of Without a Recipe, and we're working with our editor.
They're going to edit him out of their entire show, whatever that show was that they just mentioned. Working with our editors, hold on.
And finding creative solutions to the footage.
Finding creative solutions
we also
to the
have
footage.
some branded videos that we've already committed to. So when you see a video that's sponsored in a few weeks and you're like, oh, that's kind of weird. Well, yeah, it is kind of weird. It's just how things are, and that's why.
They've already contracted for the content.
Look, I get that when stuff like this happens, there's going to be speculation and gossip. And we ask that you respect the privacy of the family members and employees who may be caught up in this. We also want to remind you that the internet has a tendency to be a lot harsher towards women than men. So please, we ask that you exercise kindness.
Oh yeah, so that specifically that remark, I think from Eugene, I mean, it's from the teleprompter, but it's like people are going to not only come after Ned, but also come after that female employee who was like you know, the subordinate in that situation. And like, yes, she was like the other woman to a cheating husband and everything, but like, don't be harsher on her than you are on him. Like, in fact, don't personally attack any of them, ideally, you know, but still.
Things will change here. What we hope is that within this, there's also the opportunity for positive growth and better videos ahead. But it's going to be hard. This whole thing is going to be really fucking hard.
And we imagine you have lots of questions, a lot more questions right now, and we're going to have more to say in the future. Just right now, we're focused on bringing the best content possible between now and the end of the year, and then figuring out what the future of this channel looks like from there.
That's it for now. Again, more to come. Some things may change. We are just sort of figuring it out all one day at a time.
Thank you for your support. We appreciate you, and we look forward to introducing you to the next era of the Try Guys ahead.
Yup. So that was pretty brutal, like pretty emotional. Here, I want to actually, before I get too far on that, I want to see if I can just get this to undo all the changes that I've made. Yeah, there we go. We're back to normal now. Success. Okay. I want to make sure that these things can't get fucked up later. All right. I want to put my chat back, lock it back down. That's what we want. That's what we're after. All right. There we go. So now you've seen a little bit of what's going on with the Try Guys. Oh my God. She was cheating, actually, Gayfest. She had a fiance. So the woman who Ned was cheating with also cheated on her fiance. But again, Ned was her boss, and that was ultimately like the thing that was the biggest problem about all of it. Yeah, damn. Like, damn, Shoddy, okay. Yeah, for real. Eugene looked so pissed. He was so upset in that video. I'm gonna really look forward to, I really think I'm gonna start in like August. I wanna start at the beginning of August and just watch all of the Try Guys videos. And then September, like Labor Day weekend, the first weekend of September is when this news, like, when he was spotted, Ned was spotted. So over the course of the next few weeks in September, they will have started editing him out of content pending the investigation and shit. So like through September, the content is going to be increasingly stilted and weird, which I think is really fun. Oh my God, I don't want to talk about this drag queen bingo thing. I think I'm going to save this until next stream because I'm actually getting tired, and maybe we'll save this until next time. It's so nice being able to be somewhat flexible with my schedule. Yeah, Slaps Hungry Bears. Are you saying how much of that was coerced? Like how much the junior employee was coerced into the relationship? Yeah, when Ned posted, hold on, Ned Try Guys statement. Let's see if we can find it simply this way. How about, can I just find Ned Try Guys Instagram? Because that's where he posted it. Oh my God, excuse me. So Ned posted on Instagram, family should have always been my priority, but I lost focus and had a consensual workplace relationship. Like he needed to caveat a consensual workplace relationship because he had a relationship with subordinate. So like he says like, oh, it was consensual, but like, yeah, how much was it consensual? Because like how much can it be consensual when you're like the owner of the company? I'm sorry for any pain that my actions may have caused to the guys and the fans, but most of all to Ariel, who is his wife. The only thing that matters right now is my marriage and my children, and that's where I'm going to focus my attention. And he posted this, I think, after the Try Guys had formally let him go within the company. Like they were within the company, like totally done with him, and trying to figure out how to put together their public statement. Partner wants to know where to find your wish list. Do you mean this wish list? The house stuff wish list? Because that's where that is right there. If you want to help me moving into my own apartment since my partner and I are separating, click the link in the description. I mean, there is a link in the description, but also in the chat. Yeah, speaking of marriages not going well. Fucking Christ. Just kill myself. God. I was talking to one of my friends this weekend. I was like, yeah. Our 10-year wedding anniversary is next week. And he was like, oh my God, really? Has it been that long? And I was like, yep. Oh, speaking of that, I am not going to stream on Thursday next week. Because Thursday next week would be my 13th anniversary with my partner, like our 13th total anniversary. The 12th is our 10th anniversary married, so it's going to be 2 days where I'm going to be pretty fucking upset. And I'm not planning on streaming on that Thursday, so. Yep, it sure is. Yep, Slaps Hungry Bears, it sure is rough. Yeah, we're getting along well, though, right now, so there's that, at the very least. But I did say, like, I'm probably going to need some space those days because I imagine I'm going to be quite upset. I'm already pretty upset. So I imagine I'm not going to be less upset about it next week. Unless something radically changes and we decide that we're going to maybe like keep dating or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, marriage is hard. Neither of us have ever cheated on each other. That certainly would have made it harder, TBH. Come on, Ned. Don't cheat on people. I didn't even know the name of the female employee, by the way. Like, I'm not interested at all in knowing the name of the female employee. So, yep. True. I feel like the profile picture that he had was like, do you see this? This is the profile. He didn't change his profile picture before posting this thing about his family. Do you see how cringe this is? Like, come on, dude. Be a professional here. Change your profile picture to something more somber. 1.1 million followers. Holy shit. It's gonna be rough for a while, bud. True, NBJ, cheating would make the decision process more simple. Right now we're just kind of chilling, Nathaniel. I don't have anything on the docket right this moment. I did have another serious topic I wanted to go into, but I think I'm going to save it until Friday. People have been calling for her to be fired too, even though she's not the boss or worth 10 million. It's frustrating. I don't think that she should be fired. You know, like, I understand why they needed to fire Ned because he is the, he's doing it he's doing the inappropriate thing. Slaps Hungry Bears, you cracked me up. I think Ned's behavior was more inappropriate, you know. But Slaps Hungry Bears said, I got it. He should grayscale the photo. Just the same photo, but in grayscale. That would have made it much more appropriate for the tone. Oh my fucking God. Slaps Hungry Bears, you are silly. Silly bean. Yeah, no, I think Gayfesh that she might quit anyway. I can't imagine it's going to be a good work environment for her after this. But I think if they fired her, that there would... I feel like there would be some kind of liability. It's California. I don't know. I feel like there would be some kind of liability where she could sue them for it. I'm not sure, though. Do you think LGBT conservatives like Blair White and others don't care about the community? They want power and control. I think that Blair White wants so desperately to be accepted and also, like, she makes money being a conservative trans woman at this point that, like, she can't get out of the situation that she's in. I don't think I would like it if they fired her. I don't think I would like that either. It feels, like, icky, you know? If they show her a bunch of support, she might stay. Yeah, it's like, is the company, is there going to be like a hostile environment toward her within the company? Like, I think that would be really shit. And I wouldn't want that. But if they say, like, we understand that there might have been coercive elements to this or whatever, then maybe that would be fine. They went to a concert together. I feel like you've got to be fucking really stupid. In this day and age, you've got to be really stupid to be like a person with fucking 1.1 million Instagram followers. Ned, you have 1.1 million followers on fucking Instagram, and you go to a public concert with your paramour who you're cheating on your wife with when you've built your brand on being a wife guy. Obviously, people are going to see you and take pictures and post them online. Were you trying to get caught, Ned? You couldn't tolerate living the lie anymore of being a wife guy? You fell out of love with your wife years ago, but you've been stuck in this grift? Like, what happened? There are a lot of conservative content creators who, behind closed doors, say they don't believe this shit anymore, but if they try to change their rhetoric, their audience will drop them. And they're not wrong. Hunter Avalone's channel fell off hard after he came out as a moderate. I remember hearing about that. Hunter Avalone was like, I just have to accept that I'm never going to be as successful as I would have been. Like, a lot of leftists aren't going to believe him. A lot of the conservatives are obviously going to lose respect for him, you know. I feel like Ned and Ariel will at least publicly work it out and somehow end up turning it into an opportunity to grift more money if it wasn't planned out already. That's so cynical, Quarbarian. What I really hope is that Ariel has the self-respect to divorce him. Like, that's kind of what I want for her. I don't know their relationship at all. I'm just like, without knowing their relationship, I kind of want for her to... If she got a divorce and then put out a book deal about it, you know, I would feel better about that than I would about them together grifting, you know. They should have enough money to care for their kids. Just leave each other alone and stop being silly. They probably do. They probably do have more than enough money to take care of their children. Do you think if Blair White or Ariel or other LGBT conservatives have non-binary kids, do you think they would not support them or kick them out? I think that the child of those people would know better than to come out, and they would just wait until they were 18. I think the child would know better. It would not even be a question. They would be like, I can't come out. Like, my mom is fucking Ariel Scarcella. I can't come out as non-binary. The Try Guys try testifying in divorce court. Oh my God. All these Try Guys jokes are really, I feel like, bad for laughing at them, but it's very funny. Didn't someone say he's worth 10 mil? That's like generational wealth. Yeah. I don't know how exactly that works. It's like, you know, when someone is worth 10 million, that's like partially it has to do with their assets and stuff. So it's not like he has $10 million, but yes. They've turned their relationship into a $10 million empire. I don't see them letting that go. Well, let me tell you. Okay, so here's the thing. I actually think that, I think that I think that Ariel has the power to turn this into more than what she had with Ned. I think that she could potentially monetize this, like, as the breakup. Like, my husband cheated on me and I have these 2 kids. Like, she could, I think she has more power to build her brand as an individual in this context, because people are going to be sympathetic to her. People are going to be like, oh my God, you know, like, there's going to be folks who are like, we could always tell that something was weird about Ned, you know, like, we could tell, like, people have already been digging through old Try Guys videos, finding little clips and stuff that they think builds a case that it's like, oh, you could have seen this coming from a mile away or whatever. Like, I honestly kind of think that Ariel has a better chance. Ned's wife, Ariel, not Ariel Scarcella, has a better chance of building her brand alone as like the scorned partner who's been dumped or whatever, you know? Am I sounding like body language experts? Have I fallen down a rabbit hole? I'm just saying that, like, I think, like, here's the thing. As someone who's going through this myself, I think if I were presenting myself as masculine and saying, like, my partner wants to leave me, if I was leaving the gender out, first of all, if I left the gender in and I was like, making it seem like my gay male partner is leaving me, that people would be like, oh, well, gay marriage doesn't work, obviously, right? So there's that subtext. If I just had my partner, people are going to assume it's a woman, and that if my woman partner is leaving me, then she has a good reason for it, right? But if I present myself as feminine and I talk about my male partner wanting to terminate our relationship, then people are more sympathetic to me, because it's like, oh, you poor dear, like what could have, it's just like there's a lot of gendered weirdness that goes into it that I feel like this is one of those things that people are maybe like aware of but don't explicitly point out, that like in a divorce, people are more sympathetic to the woman. If she wants the divorce, it's like, oh, I bet he did something, right? And if he wants the divorce, it's like, oh, you poor thing, how could he do this to you? Whereas if it's the man, like if he's getting divorced upon, then it's like, oh, well, you must have done something. Or if it's like, I'm divorcing her, then it's like, well, I mean, maybe there might be some aspect of like, oh, well, if you're divorcing her, she must really be a crazy bitch, like, I don't know. There might be some aspect of that, but it's weird. And I think that there is some kind of difference between how people interact with you when you're going through something like that in a gendered way, Every time someone says body language, I think of Ursula from The Little Mermaid. Why? I know you've brought up Ursula, and that reminded me again of the Disney Princess song that the Try Guys put out, because there's a section with Ursula in it. I would say don't troll conservatives by saying shit like that, Nathaniel. I'm not saying you're a terrible person, but maybe just don't do it. I had great sympathy for Marjorie Taylor Greene's husband. Can't blame him for leaving her. Didn't she like have sex with her personal trainer or something like that? Like her gym? Like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is fully into like, oh, you traditional marriage, blah, 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 bullshit, was fully like, I am just going to have sex with my personal trainer, and then my husband's going to divorce me. Baphomet says, love having the name female boy in League of Legends, so Randers in Champ Select ask me if I have a dick or call me a slur. Blame Shark for that one. Did I tell you all that I made the consultation call to the bunk clinic? And then they sent me the paperwork stuff that I would need to fill out, and I haven't filled it out yet because I became a pussy bitch. She had an affair with a personal trainer and a tantric yoga expert. Couldn't find a pool boy. True. Oh, we'll blame Shark for the commie cummies. Fucking terrible. Don't call it sex. Call it doing a cum huddle. God. Thanks, Ninja Sex Party. I didn't make the call to get a dick because I'm a pussy. For real, no, actually. What's up, Jaybird? Yeah, I'm probably going to take off before too terribly long. I'm a huge bitch. And I'm even though it's still like going to be more than a year out from the consultation, I just need to fill out the fucking paperwork. It's going to be more than a year out for the consultation. I have plenty of time to continue thinking about it. If you are interested at all, I have a podcast. There's a link to the podcast in the description of the video on YouTube. And the most recent conversation that we had was about surgical recovery, because my co-host, Kat, just got back from facial feminization surgery. And she's had multiple other surgeries. So you can hear us talk about, her experience with surgical recovery, my nervousness about surgical recovery, and all that shit. If you're ever missing out on the content that you get on the weekends, since I don't do the stream on the weekends right now, we're going to get back to the regular schedule soon, though, which is going to be fun. Apparently, Marjorie Taylor Greene's gym buddy said that nothing good comes from being around her after her husband left her. Wow. Rip. Okay, y'all. I'm tired. It's been a good stream. Happy Halloween, by the way. It's the first week of October, and officially as of October 1st, as far as I'm concerned, it's Happy Halloween. Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. 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 I don't know if you can see, but like I have a couple Halloween decorations over here. And this is in like bad taste kind of, but if you can see, there's like up here is like a pumpkin or whatever. Over here I have a rest in peace gravestone, and it's resting on top of Lucifer's box of ashes, which is very uncool of me to have done, but I think it's funny. We got to cope with our animals having died recently in some way. Halloween can have a whole month as a treat. Exactly. Halloween is the gay holiday. It belongs to us. Sorry, Christians, October isn't for you. True. It's Pride Month 2, Electric Boogaloo. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Get over it. Get over it. Okay? All right. I love you all. I will see you all on Thursday evening. Enjoy. Have a great time. Have a good night. Have a beautiful time. Did you used to watch Adult Swim back in